The elevation is more than 10,000 feet above sea level. That will cut my oxygen by 20%. That won't allow my body to perform at my full capacity. Fortunately, when I was training for an underwater escape last year, I learned a technique called ideal breathing that will allow me to get the most use out of whatever oxygen is available.
Come on, breathe breath. Breathe in, breathe breath.
If I apply this underwater technique to being under snow, I'll hopefully have enough air in the coffin to survive.
Nice relax, just stay relaxed. Chill out.
I'll have to do ideal breathing to conserve my oxygen, work a little way, stop, create an air pocket, get more oxygen in my lungs, and then continue on upward. But maintaining ideal breathing in the freezing cold is easier said than done.
We've really worked hard to try to convince Criss that he did it once, he was successful, there's no reason to do this again.
Okay, you okay? Because while you're down there, you're going to be alone. You got to do this all on your own. You're going to be under there like twice as long, Criss, in Mammoth.
But as we all know, if anything, that only motivates Criss to do this even more.
Shower. Not too hot.
To be successful, my training has to be constant. I have to find a way to maintain my ideal breathing even after being in ice water for 10 minutes. I'll have to sleep in a coffin to get used to the confined space. And I'll have to practice meditating to maintain my core body temperature. But I got an amazing incentive. I'll be buried alive in less than 2 weeks.
Coming up, Criss takes on the ultimate challenge, White Death.
I feel inspired, folks. I'm gonna try something completely insane. We are not in a Hollywood studio. We are on top of the mountain here in Mammoth. Impossible conditions. Nothing above me, nothing below me, nothing on the sides of me. Would you all agree?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Ready. Now! I really wanted to push my envelope and try something that would really challenge me in so many levels.
Houdini came up with Buried Alive back around 1917. He went through the whole design process. He had a coffin built. He made posters. And he started going through the testing phases.
But he wanted to practice the stunt without the coffin, just to see if he could handle being buried alive. So they buried him under a foot of dirt. And while trying to dig out of that, he found that the dirt was too crushing on his chest, and he actually passed out.
It was at that moment that he said he would never, ever attempt buried alive because the weight of the earth was far too great. Well, the posters remain. And today, the coffin is what Houdini's buried in.
I want to welcome you all to Mammoth. We are literally 10,000 feet above sea level. I picked this location because it's the most challenging location that I've ever tried any escape. This is the most dangerous escape of my career.
There's a lot of complications that are going to make this
very, very difficult for him.
He has the elements of suffocating, the elements of the severe cold.
Now, Criss is going to have to undo shackles in the freezing cold. You can't move your fingers in the cold.
If he is able to make it out of the manacles and the coffin, then he has to deal with trying to create air pockets just so he can breathe.
You have 20% less oxygen at this altitude than you do at sea level. That's going to play a huge factor as I attempt this escape. I will be manacled. I will have no gloves on. I will be placed inside a coffin. The coffin will be lowered 6 feet. It will be completely covered by more than 120 cubic feet of snow. That's nearly 5,000 pounds. When I'm 6 feet below the surface of this wet snow, it will be less than 20 degrees. I have to conserve my air and try to make my journey through 6 feet of snow to the surface of my grave. I'm going to do all of that in what I hope to be no more than 30 minutes. We have the SPOV camera. This camera will shoot each and every moment as it passes, the events that will happen, and this will be shot by a spectator. You can shoot this anywhere you want. There is no limitations, except you cannot go inside the coffin with me. Who knows how to use this camera? A camera like this? No, you don't know how. Oh, you do know how?
Yeah.
Okay, it's recording right now. You see that? Uh-huh. And you can go wide or tight right over here.
Excellent.
Good, let's see how you can do there.
All right.
What's your name, by the way?
Rick.
Rick, pleasure to meet you.
Good you.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
I want you to shoot whatever you want to shoot. I want that to be like your diary of what's happening. Feel free to talk into that camera.
No
Tell
problem.
people at home exactly what's going on, because this is not bull. What you see is what you get. And what we're going to do on Mammoth is the most insane demonstration of my career. This is White Death. I'd like a moment by myself right now.
If something does go wrong, it's really going to be difficult for anybody to do anything.
In our first episode of Buried Alive, we actually showed one of the magicians who died during a performance in recent memory, Joe Burris, who attempted the stunt in San Francisco in front of his wife and kids. And unfortunately, the weight of the earth collapsed upon him. He suffocated before he was able to escape his shackles in the coffin.
I'll have to rely on the technique of the coffin caving in, the very element that killed Joe Burris. Because I'm trying to induce the lid of the coffin to collapse, literally to the side of me. That's going to be how I get out. That will also provide a huge oxygen boost for me because it will create about a 2-foot air pocket. Now, on the other hand, if that coffin collapses on me, I'm done. I will literally suffocate. No one will be able to get to me, and I will meet the unfortunate fate of Joe Burris. No one really will know if I'm on my way or if that's my resting place.
Let's do this. Missy.
Are you really gonna be okay?
Oh, thank you. I want to thank you all for your love and support. God bless you all. I want everybody to see what's going to happen here is I have a set of handcuffs. They're Smith & Wesson. I also am going to be getting out of these handcuffs with a pick. I don't bullshit. I show exactly how I'm going to do it because I don't want people thinking they're trick cuffs or there's something I bought at a magic shop. They're legitimate handcuffs. There's a pick that's going to go right in my left sleeve.
win a point.